going on, everybody? C4, welcome back to the channel. Today we're here for episode 26 of our Madden 23 Carolina Panthers franchise mode. As it relates outside this franchise mode, we'll get this out of the way first. This is going to be our first episode, our first gameplay post-October Madden 23 title update. I gave you guys my live, essentially, reaction to reading through the update. And obviously the biggest thing that we were kind of hoping for was this draft reset glitch that we've talked about, where there is a bug. I haven't had it happen a lot, but I have had 3 rebuilds now hit this glitch, and I just lost all my work, which sucks for a video, and it sucks for a lot of people out there. Hell, you might be watching this, and you have faced that same draft reset glitch. We read through the patch notes yesterday, and it sounded like they fixed it, but they worded it weirdly to the point that we weren't sure if they fixed it. And I've just been looking through the comments of my videos on Reddit, on Twitter, and it honestly seems like some people have been able to save franchise modes that were stuck in that draft glitch. So it's working, but then I also get tagged with people that are still having issues, still having that glitch appear. Someone actually said it hit them in year 3, which is a little bit scary because we're going on to year 2 into that year 3 season eventually here with the Panthers. So honestly, it's not fixed at the end of the day. If even though it's working and fixed for some people, the fact that it still exists, it still can be produced, means that that bug and glitch is still there. And at this point, I'm just kind of like, we gotta just ride it till the wheels fall off. Hopefully it never does. If it does, I'm probably gonna ruin a lot of my professional relationships with some sort of blown up nuclear-esque rant. But let's just hope we can keep on keeping on here with this franchise until the wheels may potentially fall off. But like, at this point, I got no fear. I've had anxiety. I've said it before. It's like I never know when I end an episode of the Carolina Panthers, is it going to load up the next time I play it? Now I have this attitude, especially after this October update, of like, if it happens, it happens, man. There's not much I can do. I'm not going to let that hinder how much, because this is my favorite series. I love sitting down here and recording this. I love coming up with our little storylines and stuff to kind of make this franchise mode a little bit different than what else is here on the YouTube platform. And always just kind of thinking like, I can't do that today because I don't want to go too fast or get too close to the offseason and have a bug. That's gone, man. We're just going to play this. I have so much fun playing this, and I'm glad that you guys enjoy watching it. So speaking of riding this series till the wheels fall off, kind of happened with our coach. Matt Rule is clearing out his locker. I'm not going to regurgitate everything that happened. More so because I accidentally deleted that video, so I can't really cut up the clips from it. If you want to know what happened with our head coach, Matt Rule, he got fired. He got fired in real life. He got fired here. He got fired in real life so bad that he got fired in here. And if you want to know everything about why Matt Rule got fired, go check out our previous episode, which honestly, I think it's one of the better episodes we've done so far in the Panthers. I had a lot of fun with it. Go check that out. But what we do know is that we had Keith Taylor pulling double duty. He was starting free safety and he was the coach, the rare player coach that is common if you're playing like rec league football, rec league pick 'em up soccer, intramurals if you will, but not so much on the professional scene. He did it. As you can tell, we lost pretty badly. It affected everything. It affected our team. You know, you got to have someone that's all in on either side, and Keith Taylor is far too good of an impact playmaker for this defense to retire, to hang up his cleats and become a full-time coach. You know, maybe there's an alternate universe where Keith Taylor could become a coach, but in this scenario, we're going to have him revert back to a player. But what if I told you, man, we had a lot of different potential offers coming in. Someone said like Joe Brady, which is interesting, but you can't just sign guys that are already on coaching staffs. And Joe Brady is a member of the Buffalo Bills coaching staff. I think he's quarterback coach. I can't just poach him away mid-season. But what if I said our coach, at least interim, we're going to give him the interim tag. He's going to close out this season, and we'll give him an honest-to-God opportunity to see if he can become the next great head coach. I think he certainly has the respect. He certainly has the intrigue of a potential coach. But what if I told you he's been in our building the whole time? Luke Kuechly has been serving as our 2-star scout in the West region ever since the beginning of this season. He was the 9th overall pick in the 2012 draft for the Carolina Panthers, where he dominated at Boston College as a consensus 2-time All-American. During his rookie season with the Carolina Panthers, he led the NFL in tackles and won the AP 2012 NFL Defensive Rookie of the Year, becoming the 3rd youngest winner in NFL history. In 2013, Luke Kuechly became the youngest AP NFL Defensive Player of the Year in history. In his 8 seasons in the NFL, over 1,000 tackles, 75 TFLs, almost 20 interceptions, 5-time first team All-Pro, 7-time Pro Bowler, 2-time led the NFL in tackles, a member of the NFL 2010s All-Decade team, which I think, you look at that team, you put him alongside of Bobby Wagner, Patrick Willis, give me Luke Kuechly over those guys. You say Luke Kuechly was a great athlete, which he was. 4'5", 40, almost 30 reps on the bench press, dominated at Boston College, had all the makings of a terrific athlete football player. But the IQ, the mental side, is what separated Luke Kuechly from the rest. He would call out opposing teams' plays before they even ran it. He was the smartest player on the field every time he stepped on the field. And while they're in perfect scenario, you can do baby steps here. Promote him from scout to defensive coordinator. We got put in a very awkward predicament where there's no one that we can really hire unless it's some guy off the street. We tried Keith Taylor in a player coach role, didn't work out, but at least that shows how bold, how against the grain we are going to be with this head coaching search. So why not, to close out this year, he's already in the building, we just promote him from the small office to the big office on the top floor. Luke Kuechly is going to be our interim head coach for the remainder of the season. We are at week 8, which is the week of the trade deadline, and a lot of teams have been flocking to this Panther squad like a bunch of vultures trying to pick this carcass, this Panther carcass on the side of the road. You're not hallucinating on your way to Vegas. That is actually a dead Panther there with a bunch of dick pills in it from Matt Rule, and all these vultures are trying to poach your Christian McCaffreys, poach your Brian Burns. But, if we got a crazy outside the box hire like an Urban Meyer or Chip Kelly or something crazy like that, I wouldn't be surprised if a bunch of these players would be submitting trade requests here at the trade deadline saying, I got to go somewhere else. Let me go to a true contender, because, we still have 5 wins. Even though losing the Jags is not a good look, we are still very much a competitive team here in the NFC. But bringing in someone like Luke Kuechly, it's not just fan service. Fans are going to love the fact that Luke Kuechly is going to be back on the sidelines here as the interim head coach. The expectations aren't particularly high because it is a massive jump up from being a scout, even though he has the football IQ is off the charts. But what it is a big win for this locker room. Some of these guys have played with Luke Kuechly, and if you haven't played with him, they've been in the league, or they've watched his film as younger players. Maybe if they're in college, they weren't here before Luke Kuechly retired. He has the respect, the utmost respect of this locker room. Not one player has submitted a trade request ahead of the deadline, so that is another big reason. A big plus for having Luke Kuechly as our interim head coach is that it steadies the boat here a little bit. Certain players were very miffed with the whole, Matt Rule, all those other, it put a lot of players in awkward positions, and they could, wanting to view this as like, let's close the book on Carolina. Let's get a fresh start elsewhere. But bringing in Luke Kuechly, he was able to smooth things out with the locker room, so no one will be leaving the Carolina Panthers here at the trade deadline. Now, that's not to say if Luke Kuechly does well as the interim head coach, we get to the offseason, that changes couldn't be coming that way. But as it stands right now, everything is good. As we sit around the bye week, it could be, we could look at our stats here. I guess at this point, we are going to play that Week 10 game at home against the Titans. But we had a weekly award winner in that Week 8 defeat, as it was J.C. Horn getting NFC Defensive Player of the Week, 10 tackles and an interception, which turned into a pick 6. I'll say right now, that picture makes no sense. Like, literally, when I was, building Luke Kuechly, I went with the guy that actually looked very much like Luke Kuechly. Looks zero like that picture. I'm going to be very upset if that portrait is what I get on field. I don't think it will, though. We do have 44 points to spend, so for Luke Kuechly, let's work on the XP boost here, and we'll get one for safeties. We'll get some for the front 7. That is the downside of obviously moving on from Matt Rule. We've had a year and a half or so of building our coaching trees, and we had to, unfortunately, pretty much reset that, which sucks a little bit, but is what it is. I'm excited for Luke Kuechly. And as you can see here, offensively, we'll just keep the Panthers' offense in play, but Luke Kuechly, obviously, since he's been in the league, Ron Rivera was his head coach the entire time. So there's going to be a lot of Ron Rivera influence on his defense. So that is why we're going to be now using the Commanders' defensive playbook. We'll see how it works. If it sucks, we can definitely just go back to the Carolina Panthers defense. Luke Kuechly can go back and try to install some of the defense that a lot of these guys are most familiar with. But hopefully the Commander switch is going to elevate this defense that's already great to legendary status. Look at our stats. About the midway point of the season. Matt Corral, 4 touchdowns, 7 picks. Tyler Huntley, 3 touchdowns, 4 picks. 2-2 for Cam Newton. I've seen enough out of Tyler Huntley right now to give him the edge as our starter, but quarterback position has been a gamble without Baker Mayfield. I'm not going to say I regret it, but, we at least had, a little bit better quarterback play last year. We could say that. Running the ball, Christian McCaffrey has been crushing it. 760 rushing yards to this point. 4 touchdowns, 95 yards a game. Touchdowns a little bit low for CMC, but I mean, touchdowns are a little bit low for everything on our offense. It's very much a deep, like I think it almost feels like we score more on defense than we do on offense. Chuba Hubbard, 185 yards so far. We've obviously kind of gotten away over the last couple weeks of that 1-2 punch, that running back balance, because we've had to really force feed Christian McCaffrey in the run game, because he's our best player. You gotta let your best players make big time plays. And I mean, 160 attempts isn't as ridiculous either in comparison to, say, where his rushing numbers were from year one, which were absolutely off the charts. Receiving, DJ Moore is having a breakout year. He's well on pace to go over 1,000 yards, which is nice because he had that depth trait regression. We lost his superstar. He's now sitting on a star. And the way that he's playing right now, he's going to get that superstar back in the offseason. 691 yards on 46 catches, 86 yards a game, and 5 touchdowns. 400 yards for CMC, 2 touchdowns. We got 200 yards and a tutty for Tommy Tremble, 200 yards and a tutty for Visca Chenault, who's likely going to lose that dev trait this upcoming offseason. Hasn't been able to make as many plays. Again, it comes down to the quarterback play. If we had Baker Mayfield here, I bet all these guys' numbers look a little bit better. And also going to throw in the addition of Quez Watkins, who literally got nothing. He wasn't even seen the field for the Philadelphia Eagles, so I understand why they wanted to trade him. And we're going to hopefully improve those numbers over the coming weeks to close out the season. On the offensive line, the sacks. Suttle has only given up 1 sack, which is great for a rookie so far. 2 sacks, Bozeman, who got himself a new contract last offseason. Bruce Wilkinson's played a little bit. He's given up 2. Ike Iguana with 7. Corbett with 7. Moten with 11, because that's what he is. He's an absolute turnstile. But we are playing on the new October patch here in Madden 23, which had a lot of buffs gameplay-wise to the offensive line and to blocking. So hopefully we're going to see a lot stronger play from this entire unit. Defensively has been our bread and butter. Roquan Smith with 80 tackles. That's going to be near top of the league. And we will get a snapshot of where everyone kind of stands as the NFL as a whole. But looking at our team, 80 tackles is ridiculous for Roquan Smith. 6 TFLs. We got 12 TFLs, 10.5 sacks for Brian Burns, which again, that could be like top 5 minimum for the league. 5.5 sacks. Gross Matos is actually very good. He was a player last year. I don't even know what he finished with last year. He might have already eclipsed his last year's sack totals. And he did. He had 4 sacks for us last year on 9 TFLs. This year, 9 TFLs, 5.5 sacks already. So there is a lot of, double teams going to Brian Burns' direction. And he's still obviously dominating. He's still obviously having great stats. But it's definitely opening up things here for Gross Matos. 3 sacks, 5 TFLs for Dante Jackson in the slot. I hope that continues. Hope that doesn't change in Luke Kuechly's defense. Dante Jackson has been great. I mean, at 5'10", 180, a lot of people underrate him. Teams are just not picking up the blocks. They don't respect him, and he's able to get home. He's a sneaky good tackler. 2 sacks, Derek Brown, 1 for Roquan, 1 for Surratt, and 1 for our other hidden dev rookie, Franklin Lindsay from the draft. He was sitting on 3 TFLs and 1 sack. Interceptions, insane. Best ball hawk, arguably the best corner in the NFL right now. J.C. Horn, 54 tackles, 6 interceptions. We got 5 picks here for C.J. Henderson. Only 2 for Dante Jackson. But I think, teams, we have the best secondary in the NFL. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Look at the team. 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 7 defensive touchdowns right now. 7. Offensively, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 13. We have 14 offensively. That's I don't know. That's I don't know how you interpret that. You interpret that as like our defense is ridiculous, which they are right now so far. You interpret that as our offense is bad because our defense is almost, scoring, 1 to 2 kind of ratio there. I don't really know how you break that down, but I'm very happy with our defense. And I think Luke Kuechly's only going to elevate these guys. Kicking, Zane Gonzalez, best kicker in the league. We're probably just jinxed it. He's not missed. 16 to 16 with a long of 60, which is probably the best. And he has yet to miss an extra point. And Johnny Hacker's been crushing it. We have been punting it more this year, and everyone knows. So at least, honestly, maybe arguably, I'll say arguably, the best punter on YouTube. 26 punts, 12 of them have been gongs. That's a fantastic ratio. So how everyone kind of stacks up, and more so looking at the league leaders here. Dak is going off right now, leading the league in passing. He also has 20 touchdowns to 5 picks. 23 picks for Aaron Rodgers. We got Barnes, a rookie quarterback for the Bucks, 22 touchdowns. because it's the Bucks. Patrick Mahomes, 21 touchdowns to 3 picks. Very good. Looking at, I guess we could say, Baker's not even playing, right? Didn't we already figure that out, that Baker Mayfield is like a backup quarterback right now? Yeah, he's not even playing. Running the ball, we have Jonathan Taylor, kind of running away with it, pun intended here. 852 yards, almost 100 yards more than second place Derrick Henry. Christian McCaffrey is sitting at third place there. As it relates to rushing touchdowns, 11 for Zeke, 11 for J.K. Dobbins, 10 for Josh Jacobs, 10 for Najee Harris. Those guys are going to finish with some pretty ridiculous rushing numbers. Cooper Kupp leads the league in yards by 100. He is going nuclear. 880 receiving yards, averaging 110 a game. Braxton Berrios for the Cowboys is up here. Christian Watson having a breakout year for the Green Bay Packers. We got our boy DJ Moore's up there. He's in the top 10, which is awesome. 691 yards for the touchdowns. Devontae Smith with 11. Whew. Some pretty big freaking numbers here on the receiving end. Defensively, what do we got? Roquan, 1 tackle off, leading the league. Which, I mean, has a lot of assists versus these guys with the solos. Pete Warner and Devondre Campbell with 81. On the sacks front, 15.5 sacks for Aaron Donald. We got 10 for Shaq Barrett. So that puts Brian Burns as the number 2 in sacks right now in the NFL. He's just not showing up because Madden sucks. But that is, I'll take that. That's absolutely impressive. 9.5 Carl Lawson, 9.5 for Joey Bosa, kind of rounding out the top 5. J.C. Horn leading the NFL in picks. Jalen Johnson has 5. We also know C.J. Henderson has 5. Taylor Rapp with 4. Sidney Jones with 4 interception. So it's pretty good. Easily the best kicker is Zane Gonzalez. Easily the best punter. Let's look at the gongs. Gongs are all that matters. And 12. We have nearly double the second place. We have the best special teams. We have the best defense. And offensively, at least our stars are playing like stars. There's not a whole lot we can complain about right now outside of the fact of, like, we know we got to get more consistent play at the quarterback spot. But that's our bye week. Actually, you know what? While we're on the bye week, it's already long enough. Let's look at some contract negotiations. See, A, first of all, where our salary cap is at, and B, I haven't yet to look at this. I have no idea who's looking for a bag right now. We have $65 million of cap room. That's obviously also going to go up in the offseason, but we can only work within the confines of that 65 mil. Okay, I mean, Gross Matos, definitely he's on a breakout. Honestly, all things considered, breakout season. So we'll start with a player-friendly deal. I think it's going to cost a lot. We'll round these numbers up a little. I'll give him 5.5 and 5, 3 years. See where that kind of at least sticks us, and he re-signs. Again, that was like a good investment. I feel like he's playing his best football. I believe being in here with Luke Kuechly, he's going to elevate his game, and he's just scratching the surface as far as how good he's going to be. We got Visca Chenault, another guy. He's kind of went off for us a little bit. That's a reasonable deal for a superstar. He's likely going to lose that superstar dev trait, but he'll still be a star. 83 plus overall, 3 years, $28 million cap. That's easy. Whoa, he wants. Okay, at least he's still interested. Gotta figure out the years a little bit. We have Jeremy Chin at safety, another player. We'll start with this neutral. Worst case scenario, we're gonna have to bid again, but we'll see if we can get him on a little bit of an affordable deal. He's not considering shorter term deals. At least the financials are good. Seems like it's a year's issue for Jeremy Chin. We got Quez, who Quez will be someone that's on the bubble. Let's see how well he integrates himself in the offense. If he's a great fit for our offense, we love him. I'm going to re-sign him, but we don't know yet if he's going to be a great fit for our offense. We got Shaq Thompson. Very good. We got Brian Burns. Shaq Thompson's going to be the most interesting one because if Chauncey Gardner-Johnson makes that full transition to linebacker, him and Roquan would be like our investments. I don't think we have the luxury. We don't have the salary cap to have 3 expensive linebackers on the roster. So I think we're going to let Shaq just kind of sit there for the minute. Plus, he's going to be 30. There's going to be some regression there. I know he's a very notable player. Him and Luke Kuechly, buddy. But as it stands right now, at least we have to prioritize Brian Burns getting re-signed here. Let's go 4-year. 4-year, $84 million. Brian Burns, locked and loaded, baby. One of the best pass rushers in the NFL. We probably could have got 5. We could have went maybe 6. But I'm happy that we can lock down that contract. And I would say now coming back to this, doubling back, I think Laviska Shenault and Jeremy Chin shouldn't be too hard to get over the line. Should be able to get both those guys re-signed and have, $12, $13 million of cap, plus whatever we get once we hit the offseason. So that's great. I mean, generally speaking, it could be better, but it definitely could be a lot worse. We're not going to be in a situation where we're not going to be able to re-sign guys that we really want to, which is all you can really ask for, because last year that wasn't the case. We had to make some pretty tough budget decisions. We had to let Baker Mayfield walk, and we're kind of feeling that a little bit this year with our quarterback play. But at least this season, if we really want to keep our guys, which I think as it stands right now, I could be wrong, but I think Visca and Jeremy Chin should be priority 1 and 2. We're going to be able to bring both of them back most likely, unless, things just go completely ridiculous next week as far as contract discussions go. Come back from the bye week where we have a breakout DL, a breakout DB scenario, and we have one player that just busted his ass during the bye week. Is it any surprise? The one player who, while everyone else was getting R&R, a little rest and relaxation, vacations with their family, who was back here putting in the work for their new head coach, Keith freaking Taylor. Actually kind of a big one here. Let's see what Luke Kuechly looks like. He better look like the creative coach. If not, I'll be upset. We got to talk about the Titans. Very good defense. See, look, that looks like Luke Kuechly up there. Nothing like the portrait. Coach, you're tasked with facing the Titans and their highly touted defense this week. Where do you think you can have success? We're going to say the run game because we have Christian McCaffrey and we have a good scrambling quarterback. Beat the Titans and rush for 125 plus yards of offense to receive a bonus. We'll try our best. We have 2 breakouts to talk about. If I had to guess, I'm going to say the breakout DB would be, given the play, like CJ Henderson potentially. He's on the star dev. I would love to see Keith Taylor, which would be funny. Breakout D lineman, Gross Matos, Brian Burns. Brian Burns he's an X factor. So I'm going to say Gross Matos or Derek Brown. And I'm going to say for the DB, CJ Henderson. Let's see what it is. For the breakout D line. Also, just one bye week with Luke Kuechly as our head coach. And we have players that absolutely want to go off. They're just with the bye week. Some of these guys stayed back, probably want to, work on things, catch up with Luke Kuechly. And 2 guys are like, you know what, coach, for you, I'm inspired. I want to take my game to the next level. Here we have Yetur Gross-Matos just signed a new contract extension. He wants to try to become a superstar pass rusher. Hold the Titans to less than 75 yards rushing, which is going to be difficult because Derrick Henry, and that's what they like to do, and 1 rushing touchdown. Or get Gross-Matos 2 interceptions, 4 fumbles, TFLs, or sacks. So maybe we just use him as much as we can to try to achieve that. If we can get a superstar pass rusher on that affordable contract that we just signed him to, that is going to be an excellent piece of business. First piece of business for interim coach Luke Kuechly. Now we have breakout DB, and it's Dante Jackson. He's looking for an X factor. He's on superstar. He got his dev trade increase last year. Hold the Titans less than 100 passing yards, which will be difficult, or force 3+ turnovers. Could happen. Tannehill sucks. Or get Dante Jackson, 3 interceptions, 4 fumbles, TFLs, or sacks. Also, potentially doable. I'm happy, man. What is that? 2 devs. We haven't even taken the field. A single snap has not been taken in the Luke Kuechly era, and already this team, confidence is at all-time levels. So how do we match up with the Tennessee Titans here? Week 10. First up, we got Ryan Tannehill. My God, the check down king. They throw the ball, they run the ball. They are the number 1 rushing offense in the NFL. So we defend the short pass does make a lot of sense, but I think really, let's take whatever. So the number one inside offense and number 1 outside yards per carry. So I feel like we'll go inside run. Let's take away the run there. Defense. How do we want to attack them? Well, they're not particularly good at stopping the short throws. So yeah, let's go with throwing it medium. Even though our game plan is to run the ball, we're going to do that anyways. Don't need a whole lot of boost there. And hopefully we can get through this week of practice with a couple players, again, that can get some skill points here because Luke Kuechly, that is just what he does. But also get through it healthy. It's going to be interesting to see, man. What are the rigors of a Luke Kuechly practice? Does he work these guys hard? Is he focusing more on keeping these guys fresh for game day? And our first week of practice, everyone is going through it healthy. We have perfect storm has kind of occurred here. No one elevate their game, which is fine. We have the 2 breakout scenarios, which kind of breaks even there. But we're going to be full strength, looking to rebound from an ugly Jags loss with 2 players, 1 looking to become a superstar, 1 looking to become an X factor, and it is now the debut of Luke Kuechly as the interim Carolina Panthers head coach. The Luke Kuechly era, for however long it may be, starts today.
Look, Carolina in my city, I'm a kick make it in Wakanda, wear a panther on my chest, badge your honor. Hitting 150 on the dash, burns rubber when you pass. In a swim move, get us to Bahamas. How they gon' talk like a MC? Seeing me, I see him, hit a side step and I'm a goner. 1, 2, 3 quarters down, let the C4 sound, cause the chip coming back to Carolina. And they be like, calling it a fluke, when we went to 50, we back now. Kuechly only Luke, we don't need the force for the smackdown. Say you in the field, but you never leave in your area. You end up DOA when you went to Bank of America, so back out. This is all pound for the pound, y'all looking down for the count. Making...
So we got a lot of goals we got to focus on. 125 yards rushing. Everything else on the defense side of the ball is what it is. But we got to try and hit this goal rushing. And that is a great start. CMC 13 yards. Multiple jukes, too. He's feeling good. This is also our first game on the post-October Madden title update. So we'll see. We'll see what's changed. Oh, we got the Quez Watkins play. Even though it's Viscachon, Quez is on the bench. Hopefully he taught him a thing or two about this play in practice, which is an awesome play. Let's go. Bomb, 19-yard shot plays here. Big-time ground movers. There we go, back-to-back Viscachon. Clearly, Luke Kuechly saw Viscachon not getting involved enough. He said, this guy's a superstar playmaker. He got 1,000 yards from us last year. Let's step it up with him. Another. There's non-existent rush defense. DJ Moore. Oh, no. There's our leading receiver. Top 10 receiver, statistically, in the NFL. What could that be? That was off ball. That was a run play. Come on, man. Come on, man. Foot contusion will return. Guess could be worse. We'll not rush him. Let's not rush him. We got depth. Damn. All right. They're starting to figure out the run here a little bit. We are going to be in a clear passing situation. 3rd and 11. Let's go, high percentage play. Viscachon, Quez Watkins. Especially if they blitz. Quez should be an easy throw. Whew. Whew. Almost. Kick it. Obviously kick it. I appreciate the effort, though, from Highland Lewis. First, can we get, the fact that he has that in his wheelhouse, we can build off of that. And the best kicker in the NFL makes his 17th straight field goal as the Panthers jump out to a 3-0 lead. God damn it. You shouldn't be that fast. Ooh. I mean, I thought it might have been a chance we got to sneak on a half sack. But Brian Burns gets his 11th sack of the season. That's, oh, come on! That's twice, 2 back-to-back plays. Gross Matos always got a sack. Yeah, he's working for that superstar dev trait. Damn it. At least we hold to a field goal attempt, which they connect on. This game tied up 3. That's just fucking, it's just a wildly inaccurate ball. Might not, it definitely didn't look like it was much on that as CMC pops him, but it wasn't even close. Didn't even get it in the area of DJ Moore to make a play on that. 3rd and 7. What do we got? We'll go Roquan. Roquan cover play. I mean, we kind of had 2 guys you had to cover there. Hoping for a little bit help on the back end on Derrick Henry. Wide open. That's an easy touchdown. Easy throw. Easy throw and grab. Could have been maybe a little bit more meat on the bone there, but let's get, after that pick, a little bit of confidence here for Tyler Huntley. There we go. Jared Cook, the veteran tight end, moves the chains. The fuck was my center doing? Blocking the logo? Kuechly's happy about it. Go. Dual threat. Dual threat. Christian McCaffrey early. Great blocking by Laviska Shenault. We're to the red zone as we end the first quarter. All right, second goal. Christian McCaffrey time. Let's block this one up, fellas. I'm not going to say it's easy. This is a great defense. But with that interception. I feel confident right now. Let's just keep giving to CMC. I'm confident also Luke Kuechly, 4-down territory. Horrible blocking. Loss of 2. Don't kick it. Let's go for it. Let's be aggressive. Guess Luke Kuechly's a passive head coach. And the best kicker in the NFL makes that one look easy, because it was easy. We got up to 6, still trail the Titans by 4. Really wish we would have went for that. All right, we're basically just gonna hope and pray that we can shoot the right gap and get a TFL here and go out the field. Nope. Nope. Derrick Henry is almost impossible to stop. Oh. They have 2 interceptions. I have yet, again, this is our first game on the new sliders, or well, old sliders on the new gameplay adjustments. I feel like that might have been a pick on the last sliders, but it is not too aggressive from Horn. And easy play for 15. 3rd and goal. Let's go Derek Brown, see if we can open up a gap for someone else to do the job. And they just, what? Unstoppable play from the Titans. Read the blitz, picked us apart. That should be completion easy. All right, we got Quez. Might get matched up here on a linebacker. I mean, had to throw that one out quick. I don't know. Nothing you can do. He breaks every tackle. It's Derrick Henry. Like, it takes 2. If Roquan can't take him down head-to-head, and he's, like, as good of a linebacker as you're going to find, in fact, it takes 2 people to bring him down every time. I mean, I don't really know how you can beat that, how you can stop that. At least we bend, don't break, hold him to a field goal. Drop. Alrighty. I'm borderline being like, do we go back to Matt Corral at halftime and just put our highest rated quarterback on the field? All right, we surprise him with the run. Get out of bounds. Get out of bounds. I think it's roughing the passer. Feel like I felt a little extra vibration there. It is tack on 5th. Well, will this be half the distance to the goal? Go back to the slants. I'm sure this won't be an interception. I'm sure we're going to have a great touchdown here. Time out. Audible to a run. Trick them. Let's play all Madden at their own game. Trick them on the audible. Punch it in with Christian McCaffrey. 5th rushing touchdown of the season. And we got a little bit of a pulse going into halftime. I think we should go... we'll actually make it a 7-point game. Kick the points. Well, we might not get the dev for Matos, but Brian Burns is having a great day. Gets his 2nd sack there. First play of the 2nd half. And had an easy shot with my best player on Derrick Henry, and he literally fucking just like a fly. Look at this. Roquan right there. Boom! Nothing! JC Horn, business decision. Keith Taylor riding on Derrick Henry's back like he's a child. Really, no one wants to tackle him. Fuck me, man. Fuck! Fucking tackle! Brutal, man. Absolutely brutal. I think, all right, now let's trot out our X Factor 99 running back and watch him fucking not make anybody look foolish. Yeah, oh yeah, just you know, hooker. That's how my fucking team feels, like we're a hooker. Cheap one at that. No, they're superstar running backs. Impossible to stop. Mine, though, slight breeze knocks him down. Fucking 3rd and 17. Let's see what... Can we hit that Y? Holy shit, we did something! He looked elite for a second there. Let's go! I think that goes down as like a 60, 70 yard passing touchdown for Matt Corral. Yeah, 1, 2, 3 missed tackles. Took 3 guys to bring him down. On pace to shatter the single game rushing record. None of my guys can make plays on the football. Ryan Tannehill, perfect touch on every throw. Just getting cooked. Man, embarrassing. Very embarrassing from a defense that's been elite. Last 2 weeks, last 2 games has been very poor. Matt Corral's making a good argument here. Maybe we need to get off Matt Rule's quarterback. Maybe Matt Corral, we got to go back to him. One of them days. Trevor will open, easy first down, and it was behind him. Look at that right there, just terribly inaccurate. Wide open, Dobby, wide open. Both those guys were open. We went with the easier one. It's like, all right, maybe we won't get greedy. We'll throw it to the tight end here. Oh yeah, there we go. Yeah. Gross Matos got a new contract, playing for a superstar now. So he's been playing like some of the best football of his career. And here we go against a tight end, Irv Smith, known for his blocking. Irv Smith, definitely not a receiving tight end. He just stays down. If that's not an accurate representation of what we're going through right now, I don't know what is. Jesus. All right, 9 guys bring down Derrick Henry. Let's go, baby. Damn, Brian Burns right in his face. Ryan Tannehill showing why he's one of the best quarterbacks to ever do it. I don't think we've got one PBU today. Had a lot of plays where our corners were right with the wide receivers, but great catching by the Titans. Like, what's Roquan's tackling? I just need to see this out of curiosity. Like, is it like low? Is everything else? Is he like a high pursuit, high coverage, which affects his rating? Or is it like, because like he is, I don't think we've made like one straight. Okay, so he's 90, 96 plus, usually a little bit higher than that tackling. Okay, good to know. I just need to know. Curious. I was curious. Almost 99 tackling. That's probably good, right? Or does it need to be lower? Do I need like 60? It's like the lower. It's like golf. Like having like 10 tackling is S tier, and 99 is like beginner level. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. What's the tackling scale look like? Maybe I misinterpreted it wrong this whole time. Oh, look at that, man. What a grab. 2 guys in the area. He just reaches out and extends that. Beautiful, man. What a player. Zach Pascal is. Oh, we made a... Oh, I thought we picked that. We made a play on the... Look at that. Oh, yeah. And then we made the play, and... Oh, man, what a grab. What was that, Zach Pascal again? Holy. What a grab. Thought that was a pick. Easy. Guess not. First and goal. All right, man. Good idea, man. We don't need anybody getting hurt. You don't need anybody going on a poster. It was a safe call. No one even get near him. Let him get in. Carry on with our business. On to next week. Let's Oh, Tremble. And he fumbles it. I don't know. Jesus Christ, man. We get it. We get it. All Madden, we get it. Give me, like, something. Here we go, Quez. Show that speed off, buddy. I mean, Matt Corral, honestly, outside of that pick, which was a bad pick on him, he's been all right. At the sticks, we go to Tommy Tremble. Had a bad fumble on the last drive, but he's had a decent game, all things considered. Let's go, Quez! Third and goal. I mean, we're 4-down territory here, if we can even get the 4th down. There's CMC. Oh, yay. There we go. Cheesy C, who's had probably close to 150 receiving yards today. Silver lining is, I mean, Corral showed us something, a little bit of juice on the offense. Maybe that benching, he had time to sit there on the bench. New coach, maybe he's reinvigorated a little bit. Takeaways. Defense looks a shell of themselves. I don't know if that's Luke Kuechly to blame. The coaching changes, the drama, I don't know what. Matt Corral, 267 yards, 15 to 18. Was garbage time, but yeah, I'll probably go with him under center next game. CMC, 67 yards and a touchdown. Had a ridiculous 9 catches, 169 receiving yards, 2 touchdowns. What was his long there? 71 yards. Even without that 71 yards, ridiculous game from him. 66 yards for Tremble, 48 for Moore, 66 for Quez, his best game as a Panther. Defensively, J.C. Horn, 11 tackles. We had 10 for Roquan. Brian Burns probably gets the game ball. 5 tackles, 2 TFLs, 2 sacks on the day. But, you know, back to the drawing board for sure. As it relates to how we're playing, as it relates to, you know, revisiting sliders. I mean, it's only one game, still a small scope. I'm not going to be touching the sliders just quite yet, but it's definitely something I went from, I feel very good where the sliders are at, to now introducing like, that fucking sucked. Do we need to revisit them? Like, that's not what we're kind of pondering here. But we're not going to do anything after just one game. But if a trend starts to form, we'll probably have to figure something out. Now you got to kind of take your licks here, as you know, no one's hitting any of these breakouts. But yeah, fellas, that is today's episode. First game post patch, and it was rough. It was pretty rough, at least as it relates to the defense. Our defense has been playing very good. I've been very confident in my defense. And the Jags game, which was pre-patch, we looked very bad. We let Travis Etienne absolutely crush us. And the day post-patch, it just absolutely wasn't good enough at all. Not the best way to start off the Luke Kuechly era. It is what it is. Let me know what you think about our new head coach, though, in the comment section below. Did we make the right call? I've heard some rumors that, you know, feelers have been reached out. Maybe Joe Brady in the offseason returning as an offensive coordinator, bringing him back in the building. I mean, he's just the QB coach in Buffalo, so that'd be a promotion to come back to Carolina. Admit a little bit of mistakes in years past from the owners and stuff like that here in Carolina. But let me know what you guys think about that in the comment section below. How are you guys vibing with this game post-October patch? You guys having these struggles? Am I the only one that just got a fucking uppercut to the jaw in terms of difficulty, or what? Let me know in the comment section below. But that would do it for me today, guys. Thank you very much for watching. As always, your first time stopping by, don't be afraid to hit that subscribe button. Smash the like button if you enjoyed. I always like to try to shoot for 1,000 likes here on the Carolina Panthers series. And I'll see you back in the next one. Thanks for watching. Peace out. Love ya. Have a good one.